a ton.
Okay, so now that we've got the rabbits taken care of and our cold frame slash mini greenhouse is built, I want to get some things in there. It's also the perfect time, actually a little bit late. I was hoping to start these a little bit sooner, but to start onions and peppers. So peppers take forever and onions take forever to mature. And so I wanted to get these things started early. So onions can tolerate cold a lot better than a pepper plant. So I'm going to be starting these onions in soil blocks, and I also did them in another container. And I'm going to be putting them in the cold frame. I want to just start all of my onions outdoors. And this is sort of a test to see if they will sprout early enough, even with like the colder temperatures of being outside, and still have enough time to mature and produce a full onion, in our growing season. So this is going to be a little test. If they're just looking so tiny by the time we're ready to plant onions, I might just go pick up some onion starts from our local nursery and just see what happens. So I'm going to do a little test with that. And the peppers I will be actually starting indoors in my seed starting station that I created last year. Things that I'm going to grow are some mini sweet peppers. My kids love those, so those will be more of like a snacking pepper for them. Bell peppers, I love having those. We cook with them and we eat with them a lot. Same with jalapenos. I have 2 packets of these, but I probably won't end up planting full 2 packets. And then serrano peppers, which I really like using when I make curtido. So because peppers need it to be so warm and they are just a heat loving plant, these will have to be started in my indoor station. So my whole goal this year is to have as few as things possible started indoors because of how annoying it is to harden off the seedlings. So I'm doing as minimal as possible with that, and I'm using soil blocks to get these started. That's been my favorite method on capillary mats, and I have a video on how I set that all up that I made last year. You can go check that out. And it may be because of pregnancy or just my personality, but I really like to narrow things down and really see what actually needs to happen before to kind of hone in my process so that it can be as simple as possible. You stay warm last night? Good kitty. This morning was chilly. We have ice and frost all over the ground. Let's see if it's frozen on the inside here. Nope. So yesterday you guys saw me plant there's onions here and onions here. I'm probably gonna put like a plastic cover over this, kind of just like what I've done with this. As you can see, things are sprouting in here. It's warming up. We have all sorts of flowers in here. So it's just a little bit warmer. And so I'm testing out how soil blocks do. So here's the mat. I'll come and fill this up again. They seem pretty moist, so they're probably okay. Soil blocks versus this is just a tray of onions, and then I'm gonna do pots and things and just kind of compare and see how they all do. But yeah, I'm gonna fill this whole thing up with starts. But yeah, it's staying warm in here, so it's working. Nothing froze, which is awesome, because the rabbit waters were definitely frozen this morning.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side, our fears are done.
So now that we finished the cold frame, we knocked that out in one day. I will be planting seeds for those over the next week. Now we're gonna go ahead and get the door built for our chicken run. So we need to do a few measurements and hopefully get that done. It doesn't seem too complicated, but you never know. And then I want to paint all the wood before putting on the wire. So that's kind of our goal. Let's go measure that coop. Because I don't want the door to be like 10 feet tall, we'll probably put a board across the top. It's a little muddy, but not bad, you guys. Not bad at all. It's good to see that in the run, you can see it's really dry and then wet out here. So this roof is doing what it needs to do. It'll keep the hens mostly dry and their food mostly dry. So I think we'll probably want to make the door as tall as that door as best we can. Put a board across here and then make the door the size of that. Those are the two side boards.
Bottom and, oh, those are
Those
the
are
two sides.
sides.
Yeah.
This will be bottom and top. Use desensitize.
Did I do that right?
Is that right? It looks right.
37.
Go, come here. Daddy's gonna drill. Do you wanna see?
I have a long.
Can I help you hold anything?
Uh,
Last time you went in from the... Do you feel like there should be more of a triangle at the bottom for like looks?
I think I was gonna do that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That makes more sense.
That looks
yeah,
better.
That's what I was gonna do.
I feel like it would make it more stable too. How's your tower, Douglas? You're an excellent builder, Doug. Yay! Whoa, that looks so good. You want that triangle? Should we see if it fits now? I don't know what the top is. Oh, you wrote it on the side of one of the pieces.
I think this is the top. I think they're a bottom one. Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead. It's windy. There you go.
Yeah, it's even worse.
That's
the bottom.
No, I mean, come back and look at it. It's like, what?
I think we should just move that top bar to make it look less crooked.
And we can also lower the top bar. Okay, we have the door up. We haven't put the latch on it yet, but I think I'm gonna just go ahead and start painting. So while the kids get their teeny paintbrushes that they like to use to help me, I'm gonna go ahead and get our paint supplies all ready and set up, and we're gonna see how much we can get done. It's gonna be a lot easier to paint these boards than the siding of the actual chicken coop. So at the time of painting the chicken run, I'm about 31, 32 weeks along in my pregnancy. And as I get a little bit bigger, my coats aren't quite zipping well, and squatting down and bending over to do the painting job is becoming a little less easy. It's definitely still manageable, and it's a lot easier and safer of a task than building the run or when we were building the coop. So I'm glad we're kind of entering in this final phase. We still need to put in the wire, and the upper wire that might be difficult because I just know that handling wire is sometimes frustrating, and we're still not quite sure how we want to attach the wire, whether we want to add that layer at the bottom so that predators can't dig under. I think we're going to go ahead and just put the wire on the outside, maybe in between these posts and the base. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do yet. And then if the predators become a problem, then we'll add that under wire as well. But I'd hate to spend a lot of energy, time, and money making that happen if we don't really need it. So we're going to take that risk and move forward without that. I think that's our goal. So as I was painting this, I had a couple helpers at the beginning, and then the kids sort of faded because it was a super windy day and it was getting pretty cold. So if you see my camera shaking, you know that's just the wind. And that's also the story of spring. All right, it's a beautiful Friday, and I am going to finish painting our chicken run. So I pretty much painted it everywhere that I could reach, and we're gonna nail that down. Junie helped me get all the bottoms painted. You can see it better over here. And then now, all these tops all along here. So, that's gonna be fun. I can see the chicken coop and the chicken run from one of the seats in our dining room. And I purposefully sit there sometimes in the mornings as I have breakfast, and I just stare out at this coop and envision seeing chickens pecking it around. And it's been fun to see the progress. And every time I paint or add a new part to the coop, I love sitting there and just admiring it in the morning sun. So it'll be fun to look out and see the whole front face of the run look painted. Okay, we got the whole front done and halfway across on the inside boards. And I just think that looks so good. I'm excited for this to be done. It's getting really close. My strategy for painting the entire chicken run was to use the roller as much as I possibly could to cover as much ground as I could because it's a lot faster. But there were so many little cracks and crevices where boards were attached to other boards that I would then have to switch over to the paintbrush and just fill in all the little cracks. So that's kind of what I did. I switched back and forth. Okay, we got all of the roof boards done. The front is all done. And now just a few little parts along the back here. Oops. And that's it. Oh, for the paint. I finished. The run and the coop are all painted. I'm sure I'll find little places that I want to touch up because I always miss something. But it looks so good.
Now they're all like attacking each other. Oops.
They're getting
Move
more
off
curious.
this one. Move off this one. Move off this one.
They can be
Oh,
stacked.
it's like this. Oh, it's like ear.
I'm scratching their little ears.
This one's really energetic. Yeah, I put it in the bowl and it climbed out. Like
Did
the
you
water
climb
bowl.
out of the bowl?
Yeah, look.
So their eyes are opening.
Look, I'm
They're
gonna put
getting
him
more
in there.
explorer.
Look, he
Well,
looks
curious.
This one is the exploring one.
Oh, that
Look.
one too. They can see now, so they're.
Yeah, look, now look. Look, he has his paws up. He jumped. He jumped.
Or she. We're not
Or
really
she.
sure
I can flip
genders
it over.
quite yet.
So, yeah, you can like kind of like feet are so cute. You can like see they're like nibbling me.